A few years ago, Tariq Qadir was unalived, burnt, and left, in San Juan and La Pella. And I thought the rule was that you wasn't going to unalive a tourist because that was the way you're supposed to do it here in Puerto Rico. Noah Joshua Amison is now on the list. Only. Thank you for passing by. I know this is not a happy moment for me. I'm not ecstatic to talk about someone being unalived here in Puerto Rico, but this just happened on the day of this recording. Noah Joshua Amison, 38 years old from the state of North Carolina, was visiting and with their family on a wedding and spending time with his daughter. Yesterday night, or last night, Noah Joshua Amison was attacked by unknown assailants, masked up, that came in there to rob him. They stole $1,500 in money, jewelry, and his shoes. I don't know why, his shoes. They shot him a couple times. I'm not going to say exactly where because it's just graphic to say exactly where, but he was unalived at that night. As of this moment, people and authorities have not said any leads, any witnesses, of just anything else. This was in an Airbnb in Manati. Once again, an Airbnb in Manati. Noah Joshua Amison was unalived, where assailants came in, shot him, and stole $1,500 in money, jewelry, and his shoes. Weirdly enough, I say the weird part about the shoes. A few years ago, Tariq Qadir was in La Pella with a friend and another friend and a person that lived here that was supposed to be like a lookout. Because of bad communications, basically, Tariq Qadir was beat up with barbells taken, cut, burnt, and found. Duvikovic, he also pissed in La Pella and got his hair pulled. A few months after that, a couple people got beat up by an old guy in La Pella. A few years after that, a couple months and few years after that, tourists of strippers fought each other. People got beat up in La Pella. People in near La Pella got beat up and got punched in the eye. Why is there an uptick in crimes and why are they targeting tourists when the general rule here in Puerto Rico is that if you go after a tourist or a tourist goes after you, and we can talk about the woman in Cabo Rojo that burnt out the establishment who's in jail right now. Right now, who's in jail waiting for the crime by the time of this recording. Why do I have to feel sadness? And I don't need to, but I feel sadness for this person who came with their family to enjoy a wedding and be with his daughter. I don't know the specifics of why he was happy to be with his daughter, but I know the specifics of it, that he was in a wedding and he was enjoying here. Here is supposed to be a place of safety, a place of equality, and a place of love. And to report that a 38-year-old man from North Carolina is his family is going to have to take his body and ship it back to North Carolina and bury it there and then tell people and give us a bad name and a bad rep, hopefully not, but most likely they will, saying that Puerto Ricans are thieves, Puerto Ricans are murderers, Puerto Ricans will steal your shoes. To the people that did this, I say this now, this was the dumbest idea that you've done in your life. Why? Because you know the golden rule here in Puerto Rico. We don't have a lot of cops here, not that many, between like comparison to 1 to 5. The problem is that once you go after a tourist, and if the family wants to investigate this further, which most likely they probably will, the FBI comes. The FBI always has a reason to come down here to do something. But if they have a reason to find the people that just unalive the person, thus this is what happens. Tariq Qadir got unalived. Less than maybe a week later, they found the body, another person's body, And then they pointed out and they burnt everything but the arm where the tattoo was, where the cops had that on record, thus proving that this was the person that did it. Their own crew unalived their own people because they knew that in La Perla, just because they knew that if they furthered this along, the FBI, the ATF, everybody will come and everyone gets arrested for one person dying. This person as well, Noah Amison, is now the point of interest in a manhunt for the people that robbed them and everything else. So in the next couple of days, I'm guessing here, you're gonna hear either people getting picked up or people getting that have past crimes and past things found and distinctive marks being saved to show, and then maybe even a sign, because they actually made a sign for the other guy, for Rico, for the murder of him, and put a sign saying this is him. That actually happened here in Puerto Rico. This is not a made up thing that happens. This is an actual thing. And when Noah Amison, a person that I don't know why he got targeted. I kind of know why, because if you think about the shoes here in Puerto Rico, they're not a greedy people. That's the weirdest thing about that. I've never heard someone steal your shoes. Ever. People get murdered on the street here and they never take their shoes. Not their bling, not nothing, not their phones, nothing. They're just left there. So to do that was, for me, I think, symbolic. And there's going to be delving more into that. Either something happened that same night, hours before, or they were targeting him when he left. Because again, we don't know what happens. We don't even know that if it's even Puerto Rican related. We just know that assailants came in and stole his money, stole his jewelry, stole his shoes, and shot him twice. That's all we know as the time of this recording. So for Noah Amison, rest in peace. I am pretty sure, and I'm guaranteeing it to a certain percentage, that you're gonna get justice for what they did to you. Real fucking quick. Because of what they picked, the golden rule, and what the golden rule is, you don't, under any circumstances, attack a tourist unless the tourist attacks you. But if you do not, and you do that, then you know that you and your crew and anyone around your crew are going to get targeted, they're going to get questioned, and they're going to get rounded up. And eventuality and stats is that one of them is going to rat you out. Stay healthy, stay happy. This was Rican versus Tourist. I don't like doing this. I hate doing this, because this should not be a regular occurrence. This should never happen again. This should not happen at all. Rico was the last one, years on end. So if we do this again, you know that the FBI is going to come. You know that the ATF is going to come. They're already here and posing as ICE, not really posing, renting themselves as ICE agents, going around the island picking up everything. I'll talk about a story about how the ICE agents are even targeting the Chinese restaurants, which make no sense. They've been here for generations. Stay healthy, stay happy, protect yourselves, respect the tourists as the tourists should respect you. Rest in peace, Noah Amison.
Saludos a los amigos de las redes sociales. Nos encontramos en el área de Manatí, donde anoche, al filo de la medianoche, se reportó un robo domiciliario justamente en esta residencia. Se trata de un alquiler a corto plazo donde se hospedaba hace cerca de 10 días una familia, turistas provenientes de Carolina del Norte. En medio de ese robo domiciliario, donde se llevaron prendas y ropa, fue asesinado un individuo de 38 años, el padre de esta familia, identificado como Noah Joshua Amison, que estaba aquí celebrando su cumpleaños y además celebrando el aniversario de bodas. La policía entiende que los malhechores los persiguieron desde el área metropolitana hasta llegar allí. El robo se da no afuera, sino en el interior de la residencia, donde incluso hubo un forcejeo. Las autoridades están tratando de identificar las cámaras de seguridad para ver si se ve a los responsables. En nuestra edición estelar, un reportaje actualizado.